Good morning student, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video section we will see the C++ coding part. So let's start with our coding. Now today we will see how basically we will use the scene statement, that is your input. So we will first of all take the Turbo C application. Now I will take the new page. Every coding will start with my header file. So use your header files, that is iostream.h and hash include conio.h. There are the n number of header files according to your requirement. According to your coding you can use that, such as iostream.h, conio.h, maths.h. If you want to do any mathematical work you can use that maths.h. Related to string we can use string.h. Character related work we can use ctype.h, as well as graphic.h and various kinds of header file. Slowly, gradually, one by one we will see each and every header file. Now today I am going to show you about the program, that is we will mention over here command, that is write a program to accept the value from user and print sum and average. So let's start with our coding part. After that I required my main function. Over here I want to find out the sum as well as average. So over here how many variables we require you can decide over here. So my data type is a float. Now suppose I want to do for two numbers, so we will use number 1 as well as number 2. These are my two variables. I want to add these two numbers, so we will take over here some variable, and finally I want to find out the average. So these are my variables which I have introduced within my float data type. So for separation we can give over here comma, or if you want you can use like this well, so that is a float num2, but it become too lengthy. That's why all the variables are holding my same data type. That's why I separated by comma and statement get enclosed with semicolon sign. So choice is yours. Now why I'm taking over here float, because if the answer come in decimal, so without any error it will display that because of float. After that we want user should enter the value for number 1 as well as num2. Over here we have to give the cout statement so that user will come to know what basically they want to do. So my cout statement will be over here, that is enter any two numbers. So through which user will come to know they are supposed to enter any two numbers. After that, now within this we are allowing user for the input. So for input we required the function, that is my cin. Cin operator which we have to use. Cin basically to extract the values from the user. Already in my previous section I have told you about the cout statement. Cout is nothing but it's a predefined object. It is representing the standard output, and this sign is called as insertion or put to operator. Now we will jump towards the cin. Cin is a basically we are using whenever user want to insert any value. So cin is a predefined object in C++, and this operators are called as a extraction or get from operator. It takes the value from the keyboard and assign it to the variable. So over here, whichever variable you will mention, those variable it will assign the value, that is your right hand side variables. So let's mention the variable. Now both the variables we want to enter the value. Either you can give the semicolon over here and mention one more cin statement for num2, or you can use like this way. Use the operator num2. Either you can give like this way, or you can give like this way, that is a cin num1, next statement num2. So either you can give like this way or like this way. Choice is yours. After that, over here, my clear screen will come. So through this statement, user will come to know they're supposed to enter the two values. Through this, it is allowing user to enter the value for num1 and num2 variable. Now our process part will come. Which things we want to process? Sum as well as average. So how we will get the sum? So sum equal to num1 plus number 2. So this is my process part. After that we want to find out the average. So equal to sum divided by 2, because 2 variable we have 2. So that's why 2 will come. If your numbers are 5, so divide by 5. So how many variables will be there over here? That much number you have to specify within the division part. Then variable, those who will hold the answer, it should be always on the left hand side. Now this is my process part. Now we want to see the output of sum as well as average. So whichever answer gets stored within this sum and the average we want to see on the screen. So how we will get that? With the help of cout statement. So sum equal to, where is answer stored? Answer is stored in the sum variable, because whichever thing I have mentioned within the double quote, it will print as it is. But I want to print the value also. So that's why after that we have to call that variable also. Same way we want to see the average also. So over here mention the variable. Now how you have declared that, same way you have to call over here. You can't use like this way. So this is the wrong. This is another variable. The way you have declared them, accordingly only you have to call. So it should be like this way. After that, finally I have to use my getch function, and already I have closed this main function also. So that's it for about my program. First of all, we are initializing the requirement of your variable. Then through this, user will come to know what basically they are supposed to do. This is allowing user to enter the value for num1 and num2. After that, my process is there. And after processing, we want to print the values also. Now let's execute your program. First of all, we will check whether there is any error. Yes, there are the errors. Now what it is telling you, there is a average assigned value never used. So over here, whichever average value I have used, that is not used, because you can see over here only one sign I have used. So one more operator I required. So through this, through your compiler, you will come to know your errors as well as warning. Once you are getting 0 error, 0 warning, now one more error I will create over here. For example, we will make it capital A. Now again I will compile it. See, what it is telling you, undefined symbol average means this is not defined. Getting it? So how you have declared it, same way you have to call. Again I will compile it. Now 0 warning, 0 error. Once you are getting that, now you can execute. So it is allowing you to enter any two numbers. So whichever numbers you want, you can enter. For example, I have entered number 12. You can give over here tab key, or you can press the enter button. So I have given the tab key and I have assigned some another number, that is a 34. Let's press the enter mark. You are getting the sum and average, but suppose I want average supposed to come on the next line. So let's see that also. Over here I want this average supposed to come in the next line. So before this average we have to mention /n. /n is representing next line. Again we will compile it and we will run this program, allowing me to enter the value. For example, I have entered number 12 and number 34. You can see average is coming in the next line. Now this time we will use /t. T is nothing but the tab, that is column wise structure we will get. You can see one more time the output. Now we will change the value, that is you can see the tab it is showing. So if you want to create the table wise structure, of course you won't get over here border, but table wise structure we can create with the help of /t and /n. /n is representing my next line and /t is representing my tab. So I hope this is clear to you. We will meet in next video section. Till the time being, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you student for watching my video.